NL, I remember what you once missed an Amber Alert, and when chat mentioned it, you said, "My bad, guys, I'll keep my eyes peeled." That is like, God bless the British Columbia government. That was me getting the Amber Alert at 12:04 a.m. I said, "Nuh-uh, not on my watch." Hopping in my car. I'm looking for a mom with a kid who looks just like her. I'm seriously going outside in the middle of the night and being like, "Hey, is that your kid? You better come with me." "Oh, that's not your kid? Okay, carry on, carry on." "That's your kid? You got some explaining to do." And I don't care if it was in Kelowna, which is like a 4.5-hour drive away. They send the Amber Alert, that's all hands on deck, bro. "I got a concussion on Monday. Can you move a little slower?" Bob, how'd you get a concussion? Weren't we beefing yesterday? I didn't know I was beefing with a guy who had CTE. Like, that's kind of, I mean, it's bad for you, obviously. But do you ever think about how bad it is for me? Like, it's a horrible look. You can't be doing that. You got to tell me about any kind of conditions that have befallen you before we get into the beef instead of after. Don't hit me with 3 question marks. I'm asking you an honest question. Like, when you Google how to talk to girls, does it come back with 3 question marks? No, it probably spits out some stupid shit from like Grok or something like that you should not listen to. Probably says some dumb shit like, "Oh, be genuinely curious, ask them about themselves." No, bro, talk about Dragon Ball Z. It only has to work once, okay? I bought the Beatles one, but the Beatles one was kind of peak. Because you get the harmony on the mics. And then your buddy comes in 9 beers deep. "We've waited most of our lives is having fun. Something inside that is always alive for so many years." Hey bro, wanna come over, play some Rock Band Beatles? Maybe cry a little bit, maybe suck each other off, have some fun? 1,000. I don't remember much about Rocket Power, except for the theme song. But I will say, I always remember they started something as a team. But then one of the guys got like way too into it and became too bossy. And then all the other people in Rocket Power were like, "I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore." And then the bossy guy went, "There's no I in team." And then the kid who looked like Drew Carey, you know, the chubby kid who looked like Drew Carey, had the 1950s haircut. He went, "Yeah, there's no I in team, but there is a PU in group, and you stink." And I watching that as a kid, I was like, "Oh my God, this is the greatest writing that's ever existed in any media property ever." Can you name 3 Saskatchewan cities? Yeah, bro, I can name 3 Saskatchewan cities. Saskatoon, Regina, and fucking North Battleford. Boom. How do you feel about that? Bet you didn't think I had the Nova loaded up in the hopper. I live, bitch. Ain't no way, Regina. But you guys love Mean Girls? Make it make sense. Same word. Same word. And as we know, she's the main character. The protagonist, aka the good guy. This is more of a librarian question than anything else, but am I imagining a video where there's a Canadian guy and he's being tased, he's certainly being tased by the police outside of what I'm gonna say is an M&M's frozen meat shop, and they tase him and he says, if I'm remembering correctly, I think he might say, "That shit don't work on me, man." And he's right, like he just kind of keeps coming. That's real? I think it's real. I think that's a real video. I gotta go to an M&M's. Nothing feels better than learning the Chinese New Year sayings than ulting in front of some aunties when they give you the red envelopes. Dude, I think, honestly, I might be the belle of the ball at Chinese New Year this year. Oh, I'm dead. They're not going to expect a fellow like me to go, Hong Hong, sir. They're going to be like, what the fuck? Has this guy been Chinese the whole time? Coffee shop, so we'll start there. So we know that's a proven niche that can work. We literally call it Cafe Yishang, and we do serve the main, we sell all the kinds of coffee, but the main thing is half Dr. Pepper Zero iced Americanos. And we just tell people, we just lie to people. Because if we just did, oh, it's Dr. Pepper plus coffee, they'd be like, what? But if we went, it's called Yishang Cafe. They've been drinking it in China for 500 years. People would go, oh shit, Yishang coffee? I've never heard of that. I'll give it a try. And then once you drink it, you're hooked. I honestly think Kevin O'Leary might be the world's first performative billionaire. It's like he talks like a broke guy thinks that rich guys talk. Has anyone ever done an actual audit of his finances to find out that he's not just putting it all on a Visa Infinite Privilege or something like that? Donald Trump is older than Kevin O'Leary? No shot. Bald, not bald. Jacked, not jacked. American, Canadian. I rest my case. There's no way. Talented people who got laid off. That's why actually Star Citizen, smartest developers out there. Because if the game is done, they don't need you anymore. They lay you off. If the game's never finished, they can never lay you off because they need you to finish the game. Literally, you're making fun of the most talented developers of all time. The fact that the game is never done is the point. I don't care how fucking in the Christmas spirit you are. Don't waste your time going to see Handel's Messiah, bro. As far as I'm concerned, every Christmas that you don't go and see Handel's Messiah, you should be thanking me. You should be going, oh, I didn't see Handel's Messiah this year because of the streamer. I should send him a little, you don't have to give me a bunch of money, a little bit would be fine. But you may not realize that you not seeing that is a serious buff to your December season. Amazon Music says I have unused benefits, bro. 1 second. I gotta see what this is. What's my unused benefit? You can listen to one full audiobook a month at no additional cost. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the one audiobook a month at no additional cost, Mr. Bezos. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for sending me an email to let me know that I could listen to one. And how many times have you sent this email? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times this week. 6 times this week you've reminded me. You must really, really want me to listen to this audiobook. Just unsubscribe from the emails? Bro, I'm not unsubscribing from Amazon emails. I might miss my T4. It'd be a disaster for me. Like, they're not even described by like how they taste or what was used to make them. They're described by like the verb that you do when you eat them, which is crazy. I'll take the chicken dippers with plum sauce. And then they always, like, listen. They always go, fries okay with that? When you order adult food, they go, and that could come with fries, garden salad, Caesar salad, sweet potato fries, onion rings. When you order the chicken dippers, they go, fries okay? It's a very perfunctory question. You knew in advance that yes, fries were gonna be okay. You knew I was gonna get fries with that, obviously. I'm not one of those people that's gonna come in here and be like, okay, give me the chicken dippers and can I swap the fries for like a minestrone soup or something like that? That's obviously not. Cats do that a lot. I'm gonna push back against internet propaganda. Me as a kid, my parents telling me, oh, cats just throw up. Me as an adult, cats throwing up is like people throwing up. If you threw up once a week, you wouldn't think that everything is okay. Meanwhile, my cats have thrown up once a week their entire lives. Every time we take them to the vet, they're like, wow, they're a perfect picture of health for cats that are 13 years old. I'm telling you, I've taken the black pill. Cats just throw up. They just throw up. What do you recommend to a guy who fucks with hard-boiled? Seriously? I mean, honestly, if you've already identified that you like hard-boiled, you've done the hard part. I would probably go scrambled next. Maybe over medium, Because then that's going to be like your introduction into a softer yoke. A lot of people would say just go straight into over easy, but I would go over medium first just to see how you feel about the idea of a runny yoke. Raw? If you're getting into boxing or something like that, you could always go raw. People are often saying like, why don't you just not talk so much? It's because I got shit to say, bro. I got a font of interesting observations, bro, and it won't go. It's in my head and it won't go. Emphasis on shit. Oh, so you don't poop. You think pooping is a bad thing? Are you from a country that's presently undergoing a cyclospora outbreak? Because that's about the only situation in which I could see that makes any logical sense. The shit in the poop is poison. When you haven't pooped, the poison is in your body. When you pooped, it's out of your body. Getting poison out of your body is bad? Make it make sense, 10 years ago. And that's the guy who, when he finds out you're taking fiber, goes, I guess I'm a little different. I just get fiber from my diet. I'll go log for log with you any day. Like, you're basically saying you're better than me because I'm taking a fiber supplement. I'm taking improving my own health. I'm artificially supplementing fiber, and you're like, well, I guess if you don't ever eat vegetables, I guess that's something you could do. It's insane, man. Oh, I guess. You're taking insulin for your fucking diabetes. I guess my pancreas just naturally produces it and regulates my blood sugar properly. But if you gotta do that, then sure. I mean, if you gotta do what you gotta do. But I guess like my pancreas is just good. Fucking dickheads, man. I guess with Molten Fist, you probably just take both and then go, yeah, I'm a strength man now, Mom. It's not a phase. I've always been a strength man. Were Mozart born before the time of music, he would still be Mozart, would he not, Mom? Would he not? Just as I've always been a strength man, even before Dominate appeared to me in the shop. Like Beethoven, how many myriad Beethovens were mired in the caveman days, prehistorically plying their trade in hunting and gathering before the invention of the symphony? What a blessing to be born during a time where I could get a card that allows me to fulfill my true promise and the promise of my birthright. This could be a new character. In my head, this character derived just from the voice is character that does problematic things, but normalizes them just for themselves. Okay? Okay? Oh, I guess so I'm supposed to feed my family, but I'm not allowed to sell drugs. Okay. I guess I'll just feed them with the proceeds of a legitimate business, because that's like easy to make. Okay, yeah. I'm 47, and I've spent my whole life training to sell drugs, but I guess I'll just drop all that and stop selling drugs, and then my family, I'll just tell them, sorry, you can't eat today. Sorry, honey, you can't eat today, because someone online told me it's not okay to sell drugs. Okay. I hate Mark so much, man. You know what's crazy is that even after all these years, there will still be times where I'll sit at my computer and my muscle memory will be like, you should go to Facebook. And I think I probably deleted my personal Facebook account like a decade ago. Maybe twice a year, my brain goes, put Facebook in the URL bar. And then I have to go, no, obviously not. This is the siren song of the millennium. So my advice to you, let's say you're like 6 months pregnant right now. You're having that baby. Oh, that's bad for you. You don't want to be having that baby in late October, November, something like that. You got to hold it in. You got to hold it in January 1st. For he's a jolly good fellow. As soon as you hear Old Lang Syne, push. Because that baby being in the ghost is coming, I'm realizing. But that baby being in the womb for 13 months, they got Harvard written all over them. Although it's different in the US. Also L to the person who works at the bouncy castle, because my kid was having a good time playing with a balloon that she found on the ground. And then she said, did you guys bring that balloon from home? And I went, no, we found it on the ground. And she said, I'm gonna have to take that. You're not supposed to have balloons in here. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not gonna kick up a fuss, but apparently you're not supposed to have balloons at the indoor playground where you jump on big balloons. But sure, all right, fair enough. And then my kid went, I think I'm done. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that. I know, I get it. I'm not the boss. I don't make the rules. Yeah, but can you exercise a little cushion of humanity here? Let's use some common sense, okay? She did say, fuck this. You know, I was driving my kid back from her day camp. You know what she said to me? I got a trick to get infinite wishes from a genie. I said, I think maybe I've heard this one before. She says, on your third wish, just ask for 3 more wishes. Didn't have the heart to tell her. Very inefficient use of wishes. On your first wish, you could just wish for infinite wishes, and then you don't have to waste 1/3 of your wishes wishing for 3 more wishes. She didn't really think it through. She didn't really think that one through. My kid is so I have necessary context for this. I have a degree in biology from an elite Canadian post-secondary institution. My kid is mogging me in animal knowledge. The other day, she came home and she said, do you know sharks have no bones? I said, what? That's not true. She said, yeah, they're made out of the same stuff as your nose and ears. And then I said, oh, cartilage. And she went, yeah, cartilage. And then she said, except for whale sharks. And I was like, damn, what the fuck are they teaching you at summer camp? That's crazy. Is it Shark Week? Like, what's going on? You're learning this, like, hyper-specific information about sharks that you had no concept of when you left this morning.